Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to another Share a Beer. Today is this is Share a Beer 546. Today's Saturday, March 28th, and it's the week of N3, the end of week 3, as I'm calling it at least. We've got breaking news here, man. We've got one of our own, man, one of the Share a Beer team, one of the Share a Beer crew, one of the CBCs, man, that has it. He's in quarantine right now.
Possibly has it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you. Possibly has it. And by it, I mean the big C, man. Well, I guess there's a couple of big C. Has the 19. How about could possibly have the 19, but is in quarantine right now as we speak. Yeah. And his words were, "Protect yourself, man. This is real." Whoever thinks that it's fake, it's some stupid conspiracy. Sure, fine. All right, conspiracy all you want. All right, conspiracy. I don't know. The Democrats gave it to you. I don't know. Who cares? You can get this thing, right? Yeah. Who cares where at this point where it's coming from? You can get it. Protect yourself. Practice social distancing. One of our own on this show right now is watching from isolation, man, from quarantine,
from a hospital bed.
Yeah. With pneumonia.
Yeah.
That's the reality. So immediately, guys, Mark Bum, I'm gonna crack open my beer, a beer from one of our own, man. You guys will figure it out real quick who might have it, I'm sure. But yeah, we're gonna drink a beer for our dear friend right now, man. Because can't really have beers right now. So while I can have a beer, I'm gonna have a beer. How about that? You know. Because from week to week, man. By the way, this is Budweiser's nitro beers. I've been having these because I got effing 12-pack of them, so I'm gonna have to them. And you know what? Honestly, they're not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, they're not. Have you had a Mark yet, or
no?
But anyway, to our dear friend Coach, man, salute, my friend. Recover, rest up.
Speedy recovery.
He looks good, sounds good, but our dear friend Coach, man, this is for Coach, man.
Yeah.
So I'm toasting Coach with a Choco Vesa. Picked up a 6-pack of that.
Is there no Choca? Is that because he can't breathe? Is that what it is? Because he can't breathe.
It didn't take long for the humor to come back. the tasteless humor.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's laughing though.
Yeah.
The pre-show conversation we were talking about this Choca part. Yeah, that he. Thanks to Joe.
But a bump, right? Yeah. Oh man, I missed my opportunity for the. No, that's the wrong one. Where's my other one, man?
The rim shot. There you go.
There we go. Yeah. Oh man, you know what? There has to be some humor in this, right? Like you have to be able to laugh, right? Yeah. I mean, that was sobering, man. And we all know that Coach likes to joke, he likes to play around, and he'll bring props into it and stuff. And he came in the pre-show, and man, that was like it took literally in a matter of seconds. It was like, oh, fun. Whoa, wait.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, that's real.
You're really in a hospital, aren't you? What the? Yeah, that's what we talk about this. The end, you know, in last week's show, that was what we're calling the end of week 2. And each day feels like a week. Each week feels like a month. I mean, we're taking this literally. To me, it feels like half a day by half a day, right? Because you just don't know what's going to happen at the end of that day. And man, one of our own, man. One of our own. This is one of your friends. I don't care what side of the beer. Well, do we really call malt liquor beer? Is that, do we include them in this? Is this?
It's an open debate.
Yeah, that's still, it's still an open debate whether, but no matter what side of the beer aisle you are on, this is one of our own. Even if it was one of those people that does drink that malty stuff over there, we would still kind of be like, really. I mean, this is that big a deal where we would even be concerned about those people. It is. It's very serious.
It is. I mean, it is it is something to take seriously. I mean, I'll admit, a few weeks ago, I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to be that bad, but it's a thing now. I mean, it's real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
definitely something to pay attention to. I mean, I don't think it's time. It's nothing to panic over, but you definitely have to be paying attention as you go about, your daily activities.
Bum, what were your thoughts, my friend? Seeing our dear friend, man.
Like when you disappeared in the pre-show for a second there, Joe, I said to Mark, I was like, when you first see that, your first thought, and you see a hospital bed, your first thought is, okay, knowing Coach, he's playing a trick.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing an elaborate, extremely, but questionably funny joke, and then you look and you're like, no, that's real. That's a real hospital room.
Yeah, that's real. It's. It, like I said, for me, I drilled down in a matter of seconds. My first couple of seconds were like, "Oh, this fool went all the way out." Wait a minute, that's
he even got a fake oxygen tube.
Yeah, he got the fake oxygen, around. And I'm like, what did it for me was like, but how did he get that bed?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, and then the equipment. What? And he even went as far as to put stuff in his arm. Wait. You're really in a hospital, aren't you? Like, it was like in a matter of 10 seconds. I went all the way to, oh my God, you're really in the hospital, aren't you?
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow.
And then your next thought is, well, hopefully he broke his leg or something.
Well, unfortunately, yeah. You're like, I hope you're there for something other than what we think. But my goodness. And then immediately, as you guys saw, I went to the people closest to him. How's your girlfriend? How's the baby? How's the kid? And then how's your family and everybody else? Like, how's your support system dealing with this? Because it's not just you, it's your support system as well. Like the people that care the most about you as well. The real possibility is you could end up, we hear about these stories, right? You could end up on a ventilator, in a coma, just hoping for the best or something. It's wow. So Mark, let me ask you, man, since last week, what has gone on in your area? What's is shopping getting any better? Do you have a curfew in your area? What is happening?
In the last week,
and tell everybody what part of the country you're in.
Atlanta, and like pretty much every state, the number of cases is going up and going up. As they do more testing, they're finding more and more people with it. And I live outside of the city of Atlanta, so I'm in the suburbs, not the far out suburbs, but just outside of the city in the suburbs. And the stores, the grocery stores are much better stocked. I'd say they're probably 85% of normal now. But what's changed is pretty much every store is limiting the number of people in the store. So one person in, one person out. And they're sanitizing and wiping down all the shopping carts and all that stuff. And there's quantity restrictions on most stuff, especially the high demand stuff. So meat, canned goods, that type of stuff. It's no more than one or two of each item per person, that type of thing. But the shelves are much better stocked than they were last week. So that the supply chain is catching up, which we were talking about this last week. We all thought, yeah, that's probably going to happen in a week or so, and it's there. But what's changed is the individual counties. Last week, I think the city of Atlanta did kind of a stay-at-home order. So non-essential businesses must close. All restaurants have to be takeout only. Bars and clubs have to close. Atlanta did that, and then for us, for our county, that happened on yesterday. Yeah, Friday. So as of 8 o'clock Friday, the county commissioners of our county basically did the same thing. So bars and all that stuff closed. Restaurants can only do takeout. So yeah, pretty much. But that stay-at-home order through, I think they're saying April 13th is what they're saying now. But I expect that to get extended. That's only 2 weeks away. And if you look at the way the cases are, they talk about the curve kind of going up. It's going up. I mean, it's not leveling off. It's still going up.
It's still
because more and more people are getting tested, testing positive. Yeah. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be another month at least before these types of things. The kind of these. They're not like lockdown restrictions, but it's serious. And it is forcing people to be more intentional about where they go and what they do, and staying, keeping that social distance. And they shut down parks, playgrounds, all that stuff, because people were congregating and, in parks rather than kind of maintaining, distance between people. But they haven't restricted people going outside yet. I don't think they'll ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all non-essential businesses have to close. Restrictions on, what you can and can't get as far as types of businesses. But yeah, it's a change. I mean, everybody was kind of doing that last week, but it's officially come down this week, from the local government that, hey, we don't want you doing these certain things.
And we all know the traffic in Atlanta is incredibly bad. So what's the traffic like now?
Fantastic now. It's easy to get around.
Yeah.
I mean, there's easily 50% less cars on the road. Easily. Just because, people aren't going, they're staying I think for the most part, people are staying close to home. They may not be staying in their house all the time, but they're staying close to home.
Are you
people are working from home. I mean, the vast majority of people now either can't work or have moved to working from home. So the commute is, Pam, the boss, has been working from our dining room table for 2 weeks. So,
what have you noticed at all, influx of road construction? A lot of road construction going on, since there's not as many people on the road, maybe more projects being done.
I haven't noticed more, but yeah, that's a good point. It'd be easier to get stuff done. It would probably get done faster. But then you run into, do you want to have a bunch of construction workers standing around working in close quarters? That type of thing. There's been a couple cities that have shut down construction because of the social distancing requirement. But you go out and about and you still see people doing stuff. People are still, homes are getting built. We've got a townhome development that's going up in our, near us, and they're still working on that. Guys out, replacing sewer. General construction still seems like it's going on. So.
And Bum, what would be your progress report? What's going on in you're in the Pittsburgh area?
You mentioned about every day is a week long, seems like a week, and every week seems like a month. We're now up to 219 confirmed cases in my county, Allegheny County.
Wow.
And I thought back, wow, it seemed like a month from the time they announced the first confirmed case. And I was like, yeah, that in real, true time, it seems like a month. That was just a week and a half ago. from the first confirmed case to now, and it just seems like it's been like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the numbers just it's like each number doubles every day. There's still no paper products, toilet paper or paper towels to be had in Western Pennsylvania, at least not in the stores I've been in, but other things are starting to come back that had disappeared, canned stuff, bread, stuff like that. But there's now tape lines in the grocery store line. You have to stand behind the line, move up when the next person moves up, 6 feet apart.
Where you got to stand behind the line, and like Trader Joe's, they take your cart and they say stand behind the line, and when we're done going through, then you can come forward and pay. So they don't even want you standing there while they're scanning and
but still the same in Pennsylvania. Only thing open is what is deemed life-sustaining businesses, and there's still some controversy over what constitutes a life-sustaining business. Fortunately, beer distributors are on that list. You would think they would be. I'm glad they are, but you would not think. I know to some people that is a life-sustaining business,
an essential service, right?
Yeah. I'm glad they are, but really, I mean, in the case of a major emergency, that's not something that has to be.
Hey, man, it's an emergency.
Yeah. But myself, as of 5 hours ago, I'm on vacation for a week from my job, and it's just pure lucky timing on my part. Obviously, any plans that I had, which I did, are not happening now, but that's okay. The only real thing that I have planned is to get a haircut, and barbershops are closed, so I might have to go onto eBay and shop for an old Flowbee or something. Remember the Flowbee?
Is that the one you hooked up to the vacuum? Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, that's interesting. Now, I haven't been shopping this. I was going to go today. I was going to go grocery shopping today, and I didn't do it. So I'll be grocery shopping tomorrow. But yeah, I haven't heard about the line thing yet. You guys were talking about it. I haven't heard of that here yet, but it may be. You know what I'm saying? And I also am not sure about them letting a certain amount of people in the store. I'm not sure about that yet either. At least
Pam had a good point. Check, because a lot of stores are opening up. Only the first couple hours are only for senior citizens.
Yeah. Here too. We're
go shopping early, Joe. So when you go at your normal time, you might have to prove that you're like 60 or older.
Right. Yeah. No, no, there. That was. Are you kidding? We live in a retirement area, for Christ's sake. So yeah. No, that was a big deal here for sure. The problem is that there's so many seniors here. A huge percentage of Phoenix's population is retired. So the lines were so long, I don't know what they did to calm those lines down, but they enacted something. But so how's all the other things as far as like traffic? Have you noticed any other things that might have happened since the last show?
Yeah. No, as far as traffic goes, every day is a Sunday now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, from a selfish standpoint, wow, it sure is nice. But then when you think about why it's happening, it's like, nah, this isn't good. The big picture is not good, that I'm not stuck in the normal, like, Mark, the tunnels here, which are a nightmare. And it's like, I think I would rather be stuck in traffic and people not dying,
Right. Yeah, or as many people getting sick even. It's no, I'm not sure about the numbers in my area. I'm sure they've gone way up. I don't have an exact number on how much they've gone up. But stuff is starting to come back. As you guys know, I'm a truck driver. I literally see this stuff happening, and I've kept in touch with you guys on how often I am going to Walmart and Target and all these different places so that they can have stuff, Kroger and so on and so forth. Heck, I've even been, I shouldn't get too into the weeds on what companies I'm going to, but you know, I am one of those people that sees it firsthand. Let's just say, so there is stuff getting, back on the shelf. Maybe you're not going to have a lot. It's kind of similar to last weekend where I was saying maybe you're not going to have a lot of choice, but if you want bread, you can get bread. If you want, I don't know about pasta. Pasta's still tough. Paper goods, forget about it. You got to be there at a certain time. One of the things, who was it? Was it Tom that jumped on here? Somebody jumped on here last weekend and said Green Tree was a possible place that you might be able to grab some things. I went to Lowe's home improvement store and was able to get cleaning supplies. Whether I saw lots of mops and rags and stuff that you need for cleaning, and also stuff you need for cleaning, for Christ's sake. Well, I don't know what it is, for mopping the floors and cleaning countertops and all that sort of thing. They had some hand soap there. I know hand soap just in general has been a big thing. A lot of shelves were empty here with soap because now we're having to wash our hands so much more. Some parts of, because you guys know I drive a truck in the greater Phoenix metro area. So it includes a big area. Some parts of Phoenix are, to a fault, I was explaining to some people, they're leaving doors open. So you're not touching doors when you're walking in. That's good and bad. Okay. You're going into certain gas stations and they have all the doors open so you don't have to touch doors. And they have signs, don't touch the doors, leave them open. That includes the bathroom doors, folks. There's something that happens with bathroom doors. There's a reason why they should be shut in a way, because explosions happen in there, and that goes into the rest of the establishment. So you walk in and you get, whoa, wow, okay. It's real sobering because you're walking in and you're getting. Now, I still maintain the easiest way to know what social distancing is stay a fart's distance away. It's really simple. How far would you need to be away from me if I farted? Right? Boom. Simple. Done. Right? I get it. I'm taking 3 steps back. I got it.
Give me 3 steps.
Yeah, I'm taking 3 steps back, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay a farce distance away. You know what I'm saying? It's really simple. People get that immediately. I have to deal with a lot of people. Well, I deal with a certain number of people at their homes. And there's been a lot of people practicing on their own social distancing. I dealt with a lot of seniors this past Friday in some of our more senior citizen areas of Phoenix. There's some. Oh, the show's about to start. And by the way, there's certain parts of Phoenix where the weather's so nice here. There's still people on golf courses here, man. There's still people golfing. A lot of our communities that literally, it's all senior citizens up there, pretty much. They're on their golf carts driving around with their, golf bags and doing their thing, man. I mean, I had to tell a lady just, yesterday was Friday. No, I can't come in your house, man. I'm like, that's not going to happen for you and for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid I were to have it and don't know it, and you're 80. You know what I'm saying? She kept telling me over and over again she was 80. That's how I know. And I'm like, if I have it, it could be the end of you. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So it's protecting us both here. So We just have to be really conscious of it. If you're able to get those N95 masks, wear them. You know, I mean, I've had people greet me with a mask on and protection and everything. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. You know, it's protecting you and me. You know, so but there is parts here where you'd kind of there's a lot of things closed. Trust me, you're not just gonna walk into a McDonald's. There's certain. Oh, I can tell you a couple things though. When was it? Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. Someone bought me lunch. That was pretty darn cool. Tried to go up to a Popeyes to get lunch. I drove up there in my truck, and so people are watching me apparently, and I I saw the sign on the door, but some places are still leaving it to where you can order right there, and then they'll bring it to you still, and they'll have like a tablet, and they'll place an order for you and then bring it to you. This place didn't, so I walked up there. It was locked, the dining room. So I walked back to my truck, and some people offered to drive through the drive-through for me, and they bought me lunch and wouldn't let me pay for it. They thanked me for being a truck driver, and that was extremely kind.
Oh yeah, awesome.
I've had people stop me that I don't know, have no idea who they are, and give me a thumbs up and thank me. So there's some kindness out there right now, and I greatly appreciate it. As a truck driver that is still grinding it out, 12, 14 hours a day. so thank you.
No, that's awesome, because without Joe, without all the Joe D's driving trucks, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
And people are realizing that now. I don't think people thought about
it. There's so
but
many things that we've been taking for granted that you start thinking about.
The stores are always magically full with everything we need. And,
yeah.
Well, how does it get there?
Right. Yeah. And it's,
the magic wand and stuff appears.
What and we're gonna get to the malt liquor report here. If there's, you have a malt liquor report.
Oh yeah. So I have a malt liquor report and a malt liquor.
So we're gonna definitely get to that here in a second. But there's definitely things getting out to you guys for sure. When you have to think about it, okay, what was the last big one we had? Was it Houston? The last big crisis we had in this country? There was the big thing in Houston. There was the fires in California. Every part of this country that's had a big crisis, you think of Katrina, you could think of these different hurricanes and disasters that have happened, and people in that area have flooded. They've gone away from eating out, of course, and they flood the hardware stores and they flood the markets and they buy stuff. Think about your average day going to Costco. Why do you go to Costco? Think about it. Why do you have a membership there? You don't necessarily, well, most people don't go every day. Yeah, some people do go every week, and that's another issue. But a lot of people go there to hoard. It's why you have a membership there. You don't need a gallon-sized jug of mayonnaise. You don't. You don't need 3 jumbo-sized ketchups, for Christ's sake. That's hoarding, isn't it? Give me a break. You go to Costco. On an average, they have flats at Costco for a reason. Like, you go there to hoard. That's why you're there. So let's remember why you have a Costco membership. Calm down, folks. It's literally why you go. On an average day, people load up on 200 packs of toilet paper, right? They will normally buy, you'll see them with a stack 5 feet tall of water on a normal day. Right. So you expect that they go there on a pandemic and not load up anyway? I mean, it's what they're going to do. They don't have flats at Costco for no reason. It's why you shop there. Some people have multiple carts when they go there on an average weekend. Okay. Yeah. So let's calm down with that. I get kind of tired of hearing this whole people are in a, well, yeah, duh, that's why they're there. You don't need humongous boxes of whatever it is, right?
Speak for yourself on the toilet paper, Joe. Some of us go through more of it than others.
Exactly, right? And that's kind of the point, too. Like, most of us, a lot of us don't need 25 pounds of rice, but some people do. They eat rice all the time. So they'll buy a couple of 25-pound bags of rice, right? I mean, but that's why you have a membership there, isn't it? Like, that's why you're shopping there. You're shopping there to get big quantities of stuff, so I ain't got to worry about it for a while, right? The convenience part of loading up on big bulk items. The whole thing is, it just takes time for the system to catch up, and there is a lot of hoarding going on, but there is. But that's the hoarding store, isn't it? It's a warehouse, for Christ. You're shopping in a warehouse, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it promotes it. That's for sure.
It's not promoting not buying mascots. We buy pies, peach pies at Costco the size of pizzas, for Christ's sake. Give me a break. I mean,
I can eat them in a day or two if I really want. But you can have pie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They have cheesecakes that weigh 25 pounds, for Christ's sake. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, yeah, wow, a 25-pound cheesecake that's like, I don't know, the size of a small pizza for, $11, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, yeah, man, this is great.
What a deal.
What a deal. We're so dark. And we're shoving our American values down the rest of the world's throat. You know what I'm saying? All these other places that ain't normal quantities of stuff are like, oh, wow, yeah, I've heard about it. Costco from all these Americans. I got to load up on stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So, I think we even the ones that are telling others that they think are hoarding to calm down. No. It's the Costco hoarding warehouse. That's in the title up there. It's on the side of the building. Costco hoarding warehouse. When this is all done, they will still be hoarding at Costco. They will still be hoarding at Sam's Club. That's literally why they're there, right? If I'm not mistaken. Call me crazy. But that's my take on it, right? So we all need to settle down from this stuff, including me. I'm going to calm down here in a minute. What does Malt Liquor think about all this stuff there, Bum? What do they say?
I'm going to bring Billy D in here briefly.
Oh,
Billy D has donated his mask to somebody else more worthy because he's only going to be here a short time. He's going to practice social distancing.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because look how close he is to you. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So he's just going to make a cameo appearance this week. So he doesn't need the mask.
Okay.
So when Billy D disappears, you know what replaces him at the pedestal.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No.
And I'm about to apologize to Coach.
Yeah.
No apologies necessary
for doing this. I mean, he's okay and he seems okay. Hopefully, if he watches this, he won't take a turn for the worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. Coach.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh boy. Dude. Oh my God.
40.
Mark, what do we think about this, Mark? Oh my God. Oh, Bum, do you have any last words before you crack the
check with me in about 45 minutes. Any words that I say could end up being my last word.
Nice. Did you see the way he did that, Mark? 45 minutes.
Yeah. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So is that a 8% or what's the gravity on that?
8.2, bitch.
God, bitch, nice.
Bitches.
Okay.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Whoa, hey, that's what she said, huh? Nice.
Now I did have this once before. Actually, I have the can. over my shoulder here. I had a 24-ounce can of this a while back and kept it down. I will say, out of all these, this is probably the best out of all of them that I've had, which isn't saying it much, if anything at all. But I brought this back from Detroit last August. It's got a January expiration date. So,
Wow.
my God, I hope the taste isn't affected by the fact that it's expired.
Is that your last words? I mean, is there any other last words before you take that first sip? I mean, do you have any last words for your mom, or do I need to, call anybody or?
Nah, I should be okay. I think. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, are you going to go into quarantine after this?
You're right, Coach. I think he is more sick than you.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave it in frame here.
Brain fog right now.
Yeah.
It is in frame partially.
It is in frame. Label is out.
Label is out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how we do here. I make no guarantees. I make no guarantees that I'm going to finish it. And I make no guarantees that I'm going to finish the show either.
Now, do you have to social distance from the malt liquor? Is there a special?
Yeah, 6. I'm at about 1.5 feet here. So
okay. Yeah. I was because
sorry, Coach.
Yeah. Oh, Coach.
I know he's disappointed in me.
This is humor is the best medicine. He's laughing at this, so just feel free to get as crazy as you want, Bum. It'll make
yeah.
Well, Joe, you had mentioned as far as the distance being a fart's distance away.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the proper distance away.
Well, we will use the next video clip as first of all as a test to make sure your audio is playing okay on this, and then we can play the hate for Coach.
Yes.
Huffy 72.
Oh,
yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Huffy 72 is in self-isolation. I'm pasting the link here.
There we are.
And once you go to the video, go to about.
That's a StreamYard link.
Oh, that's right. I was going to paste that for.
It might be a good show though. I might want to check the show out.
Yeah, I was about to paste. Speaking of which, Craig and Zach need the link to get.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me
get
that done for him real quick.
Okay,
so I'll post the link in the chat right away. There we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay. All right, here's the Huffy 72 link.
Okay, there we are.
Yeah. And once you go on there, go to 625. And if you get the audio playing, you got to listen fairly carefully.
An emergency broadcast from the BBC.
Were you hearing that?
Yeah.
Right. So let me just get the share screen on working. And yeah, we can get a good look at Huffy. We haven't seen Huffy in quite some time. Soft quarantine explains it. Now this might be the positive side of quarantine, right? We might need people like this quarantine. What part are we going to?
625.
This is hilarious. If you can see the oh boy. The
world's gonna be like Benny, and they're gonna like lasagna sheets on the top.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All the bread and all the like detergent wipes.
No charge. Whoa! Now, Mark, what? Okay, so does that stay inside the suit, or is there anything to be worried about with that? Do you need to practice social distancing right there with that last outburst, if you will?
I think so. Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, the suit's not going to help him there.
That's the suit. Now, what do we think, Bum? Did he like do any checking?
Oh, you mean checking the suit afterwards?
Yeah, was that? It sounded a little moist.
It was a little moist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Front me. Isn't white. And then I got.
Now, I think that's a first, isn't it? Like that's.
You know what? I don't. That may not be a first for Huffy. I think,
No, not for Huffy, but on the malt liquor report, I think.
Oh, on the malt liquor report, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first. That might be the first beer fart. I mean, burp fart combination ever on Share a Beer.
Yeah. Well, that you know of, Joe.
That we know. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Thanks. That was one more time, guys. One more time. That was
wipes.
Dude, that was a shart. That wasn't a fart. That was a shart. I'm pretty sure that was really, really moist. I don't know. I think he had some issues after that. I'm just saying. And the lack of no charges is still very disrespectful to the show. Very, very disrespectful. There should have been 2 immediate no charges, actually. So that they're you know.
Wipes.
See, watch. No charge. No charge. Oh, that's great. Thanks for sharing that one, Bub.
Now you can keep playing this for a while. He has a few interesting things to say.
Put them on the inside as a shield. Wrap myself in foil and put my head between my legs.
Whoa!
Yes, I can reach. And
whoa!
Goodbye. Between my legs. Yes, I can reach.
Did you get that part? He can reach, he said. And then look at the mouth. He's yeah.
And kiss my ass. Fucking goodbye. We're all gonna die. But I'm gonna go down.
Whoa!
Said last night. Oh, she's going down.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. I punched her, and then I murdered her. I allegedly, and then I drank more liquor.
Yeah, I'll drink along with them.
Oh my God! Yeah.
All these people rushing around, panic buying, detergent, bleach. What do the Americans call it? Clorox. We call it domestos. It's the big dumb.
Hey, you know what, Mark? By the way, he got tagged with the big 19 here. If you noticed that with his video. We haven't earned that tag yet, that distinction.
No.
We've been taking advice from someone close to the show, in Atlanta. There, that
every video I've seen where they've mentioned that the full word that gets demonetized and it has the little thing at the bottom.
Yeah,
so YouTube's demonetizing all those videos and then putting the resource. Link down there.
How are you doing?
Yeah, we've done a good job of avoiding that one.
I've got coronavirus. Don't know where it comes from. I do because Sally, I would like to pronounce that when I was in New York in February/January 2020 this year, I was in a Chinese. I was where was I? East Broadway, New York, Manhattan, and there was a shop store. So massage. That's good. Isn't it? Massage.
The massage.
Hello, you got to massage me. She did. So as she was massaging away. Then all of a sudden there's this bang, fucking hell. This pig runs in, right? It started licking my balls, and then
what? What?
So I got to the pig. So bitches. And yeah,
A lot of bitches happening on here, isn't there?
Yeah.
coronavirus. Who knows what's going to end? Who knows? Who knows?
All right. Well, thanks, Huffy.
Yeah.
Definitely entertaining.
Uh,
That was and check your pants. Like
Yeah.
hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself is what the song says, right? Yeah, that was good. I think that was definitely a first ever. So how is the ice going down there? Bubba?
yeah. See where we're at here.
Making progress. About a
Yeah.
quarter. It's like,
Maybe about 2/5 of the way.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
working on it.
I think that 40 is going down like every
Yeah, it's
week.
going down pretty smooth. I think,
Yeah.
yeah. Bump's got it handled.
I think I'm about the halfway point, but
Yeah.
the first half is the easy part.
Yeah. Got to power through the second half.
Yeah.
We got to power through the second half. So I'm putting the second leak in here, and
Yeah, I pasted the StreamYard link for Craig. Now I just posted the since
Did you see who's in the chat there?
no who
Dave from the Quad Cities. It is Dave. What's up, Dave? Dave Smith.
oh no oh my god
Dave Smith from the Quad Cities, buddy.
oh my god oh yeah, what's up, Dave?
Hey, there he is. Awesome.
yeah, good to see Dave again.
10
Absolutely.
years, like 3 or 4 years. So I hope you're doing
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I wonder if Dave still has his Challenger, Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, when he first got it, he was all
Yeah.
proud, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And wasn't it like when he first got it, they were having some serious weather or something, so he couldn't necessarily just drive it right
Yeah,
away.
he got it in the winter.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah.
said he quarantined himself and checks in, and ice is being drank. Drank. Of course. Only the
Dave.
best.
That sounds like Dave for sure, right there, man.
I've headed to the dark side, Dave, just for tonight.
yeah.
Maybe once every 3 months.
Yeah, he's definitely on the dark side, Dave. So he's
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
he takes it for the team, man. Here, yeah.
Okay. Well, now that we know that the audio works good, hopefully Coach is still watching. If you want to replay the Jay Vega hate, Joe.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, just go to 6:35 for the Coach hate. Hopefully, Coach is watching.
Yeah, because this was a good one, right?
Yeah.
I'll even go to like 6:20.
Stay spitting with the coolest shit. Yeah, improve live rap niggas do exist. We put an end to all your foolishness. You know the crew is thick, back on the throne and claim rulership. The Booth brothers stay spitting with the coolest.
You know what? There's a detail I'm missing here. Why is he in the back seat? What's he doing in the back seat?
I don't know.
Nobody can figure out why Vega has not appeared on camera this year. Every one of his videos has been in his dilapidated Nissan.
Yeah,
He has still not shown his face on camera in 2020.
well, we
Maybe,
can't.
maybe his last Botox treatment didn't take so well. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was trying to fix it so he didn't have to cam up.
I
Maybe.
advise you to stop fucking with me. I mean, goddamn. Somebody with a head as big as yours should at least have 2 or 3 brain cells to rub together.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, Coach.
Oh.
You don't want to fucking ever throw hands with me.
Oh.
You know why?
Because he's in the back seat.
On Wednesday, I'll be 48 years old.
48. I'm a man.
Do you think for one fucking second that somebody with a voice like mine could get through life for 48 years without knowing how to whoop some ass? Shut it down, Coach.
Shut it.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Mulliger,
That's for you, Coach.
whoop some ass.
That was good.
Want to fucking
And-
ever throw hands with me?
Yeah.
You know
Ever.
why?
Yeah.
On Wednesday, I'll be 48 years old.
48.
And do you think for one fucking
You know what? And okay, I'm not gonna go there.
second that somebody with a voice like mine could get through life for 48 years without knowing how to whoop some ass?
Yes.
Shut it down, coach.
And he's gonna whoop your ass in the back seat, baby. Yeah, that was an invitation.
Well, I got to give Vega credit on that. That was some very self-depreciating humor. He threw out the hate at Coach, but also made fun of himself at the same time, which is
Most of these guys, you go deep enough, they all are pretty self-deprecating.
Yeah, that's good.
They'll never admit it, but underlying, you can pick it up.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with making fun of yourself.
Yeah. So, okay, from there we're going to go to 40 Ounce Fear, who was absent for the first almost 3 months of this year.
Wow.
He still is not uploading too many videos, but he reposted a video from 11 years ago. He just put it back up again, and when you see it, you'll understand why he put it back up. But before we get to this, we will show a brand new video from Fear from like 2 weeks ago. Pretty ingenious. He did this for St. Patrick's Day. I just posted the link. He is drinking what he calls a grenade bomb.
Grenade bomb?
Yeah. He did this for St. Patrick's Day. He's combining the Irish beer and the Mickey's Green. You'll see what he does here.
Okay, let me share the screen again. There we go.
I'm 40 Ounce Fear. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm 22% Irish.
22% Irish. Not too specific or anything.
And this is a grenade bomb.
Murphy's Nitro.
Yeah. He's pouring it with the tilt. That's completely wrong. Oh, straight in. Straight upside down. Just, Okay. Oh, pinky out. Okay. All right. Well.
Time to get bombed.
Oh, there was some smoke. Did you see that?
Look what he does.
Boom.
Time to get bombed, folks.
No way. Oh my God. That was a cool effect, though. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, you go, boy. Wow.
God damn, that's delicious. Wow. As you can see, the Mickey's grenade fit perfectly.
It did. Look at that.
Into the Green Bay Packers giant mug.
Kind of cool.
1 16-ounce Murphy's Irish Stout. 1 12-ounce Mickey's grenade. The grenade bomb. Getting bombed.
I could do that with the Andre mug.
Yeah, the Andre mug would work. That's a pretty good idea. Look at that. He killed it, man. I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
Hey. Look at that.
No cheating, folks.
Yeah, I'll give it to him, man. He did it.
Serious.
Yeah, that's pretty doggone good right there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome back, Fear. We missed you.
Yeah, that was strong right there. I'll give it to him. Absolutely. That was pretty I ain't doing it. You know, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so we will finish off with Fear with a blast from the past, which, like I said, the man is always taking down his videos and putting them back up. I've never seen his oldest videos. They've never been available, since I started watching. He just reposted this one from 2009. Wow. This is actually pretty scary. And like I said, there's a reason he posted this.
Wow.
And I'll tell you this, Joe, there is music playing in the background. He plays Toto Africa and Rosanna. He doesn't talk, so you can mute the video in case you were worried about getting hit with a strike.
Oh, I've been getting hit every day with
Okay.
copyright strikes.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's as long as they don't pull the video completely, I'm like, whatever.
Right. So here's what we want to see looking at Fear's ass in 2009.
Oh my God.
This is called zombie virus.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And you'll see he actually opens and drinks a 40-ounce malt liquor called Zombie Virus. I don't know what the circumstances are of this beer. Maybe Vega or one of the veterans can jump in the chat and explain this. Zombie Virus malt liquor.
Yeah. Wow. Well, they obviously don't have that anymore, right?
Well, I'm assuming this was a custom-made label. I'm not sure. I'm totally in the dark about this.
And so what, he just crushes it on here or what?
Well, you'll see. This is actually, the significance of this is pretty scary. Just watch the background. Look at the poster in the background. Look.
Oh.
Do you believe it? How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of speaks to that beer too, right? Like, even especially back then, that was kind of when did Corona hit the market big? When
in the 90s?
In the 90s.
Oh yeah, they were big. They were huge in the 90s.
Huge. I mean, it was everywhere. Yeah, and if he made this video in 2009, I mean, that's when we were coming out of the economic downturn there.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Suave, with this.
Yeah, so watch what he does here. I can't see the time on the video, Joe. Where are you at in the video? Time.
2 minutes.
Okay.
2:19.
Okay. Yeah, just let it play. He's going to go into the bathroom soon here.
Oh my God.
No, it's he's not. You're not going to see him pee or anything, but he's obviously waking up in the morning. We see what he does when he wakes up in the morning. Cracks open his 40. Now he's about to go brush his teeth.
Bastard if there's one down there.
Is he going to use malt liquor to brush his teeth? Is that what's going to happen?
How did you guess, Joe?
Just, I don't know, call me crazy, but yeah.
Here we go.
It seems like and what kind of toothpaste is that? What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I kind of, sense that theme.
There's numerous blueprint violations in this video. Yeah. You already poured some out.
Yeah, you don't do that in any circumstances. Now, was there a blueprint in these days? Was he violating a blueprint?
I'm not sure when the blueprint actually came along.
That's,
I think it's one of those things that's lost to history as far as I don't think there's any specific year anybody can narrow it down to. It just kind of developed over time.
Now, what do we think about the teeth area? Are the teeth in good health? One
of his recent videos, he said,
"Oh wow, look at this!
Yeah,
a major one." Now, isn't he the malt liquor referee? I mean,
no, that's 209 J. Jones.
209. Okay,
yeah.
But still, he's gonna get flagged here. No wonder he takes this video down. Yeah, this is a serious offense right here. I mean, right, Mark? This is like, you can't do this.
Well, keep in mind, this is the man that has like 1,500 different craft beers checked in on Untapped. So I don't think he's particularly worried about spitting out a little bit of malt liquor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Eventually, if you just want to go forward to like, oh wait, you know what? 445. If you want to just jump forward to there.
Yeah, we're almost there, actually.
Okay, watch. Okay, he's got his teeth brushed. Of course, the next step, getting ready for your day, is splashing on some cologne.
No. Yeah, I don't know. No. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, yeah, because that's what everybody wants to smell like. Stay old. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get all the ladies like that.
Multiple uses.
Yeah.
That's how good malt liquor is.
Yeah. And you can also drink it, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm really curious about the the backstory with this zombie virus malt liquor.
Yeah.
And look, once again, okay, after we pass that, whatever the hell that is there.
Was that bra and stuff like that?
I don't know what that. And look at that once again, the Corona poster on the wall.
Corona, yeah.
How scary is that?
Pathetic.
Yeah, I think this reveals that he wears a bra.
That's what he was wearing the night before.
Yeah, I think this just points out that he's a cross dresser right there. That's fine. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, yeah. He didn't show that in this video, that part of getting ready. Yeah. And there's the Corona.
Yeah. And that's it. And I'll tell you what, we timed this perfectly. That's it for the video portion. And I am about to finish. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Gonna finish it off here.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh man. But
I'm sorry, Coach.
Wow. Yeah, poor Coach.
Little bit of door foam.
Yeah. Very little bit of door foam there.
Oh, there we go. Taking one from the team again.
Yeah. Once again, took one for the team right here, live on video.
Yeah.
And still living.
Still living. Still fairly coherent.
Still fairly, not all the way.
Wait a few minutes.
Yeah, what do you say about that, Zach? What do you think, man, about
I'm sorry, Zach.
I mean,
sounds rough.
It's got to be seriously offensive to you, man.
But I chugged the PBR at 11 o'clock this morning, so I'm not one to talk.
Now, Zach, one of our very own, I don't know if you were watching the show then, but one of our very own is quarantined right now, legitimately, has pneumonia, and is in the hospital. And we did a big salute to him in the beginning of the show, man. Our dear friend Coach is
oh no, that sucks.
Yeah. Hasn't been confirmed yet that he has the 19, but it doesn't look good. Let's say. You wouldn't want to be in quarantine in a hospital right now with pneumonia.
I'm not going to the hospital for shit unless I'm needed. At this point in time, that's a scary place to be right now.
Yeah, he says he's got the people coming in with the big space suits on and the whole 9 yards, man. I mean,
well, I hope he gets better, or I hope he comes off of whatever acid trip he's on, because that could be a thing too, right? Like men in space suits.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the only problem
I hope he gets better.
Yeah,
pneumonia sucks, man. You guys know I've had my fair share of them, and they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, with everything going on right now, you don't want to have pneumonia right now. It's pretty much the sign that, luckily his temperature seems to be leveling out. So, and the good news, and I didn't know this, we were talking about in the pre-show, the good news is that I guess if you do get it and recover and you come out of it, you're immune to it after that, right? Right, Mark? Is that?
Yeah. Yep. That's what they're thinking. It seems to be where all the evidence is pointing right now. So
It'll be something different tomorrow. They say.
yeah.
Wrong link. Sorry, guys. Wrong link. He was asking for a link. I posted the wrong link. You guys are welcome to watch that fear video again, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can check that out.
I just posted it on the Share a Beer.
I posted the link in the chat,
Okay.
so they can jump in.
Yeah, Craig seems to be having trouble seeing the links tonight because we posted it.
Yeah, that's so. What do you have for us? As far as a report from the last show, Zach, anything new to report from your area? Anything? How's the scores? If you know, how is beer? The breweries in my area are doing more and more crowling and more delivery. What's it like in your area?
So I guess we'll start so we went in statewide, stay at home on so really that didn't change anything. I've noticed the stay at home stuff didn't change anything if you're doing what you're supposed to do already.
Yeah.
Beer side, yeah, we're still doing to go. I don't know, Joe, we must be a week ahead of you in this stuff, or
possibly.
Because we've been doing to go and all that for about 2 weeks now, and first week was really good. This past week it kind of slows down, and we'll see what next week has. But I think you'll everybody gets that initial scare, and then you're going to see it dip, and then it'll go back up in another week or two when everybody's freaking out again. Every time there's an announcement, there's a little bit of a freak out.
Mm-hmm.
I asked a question earlier in the pre-show. Is it fair to even ask the question? I'm calling this the end of week 3, going into week 4 of this. Are we hitting any sense of normalcy with this? Any sense of we're getting kind of used to where we're at with this at all? What's your sense, Zach?
No, because it takes, what do they always say? It takes 3 weeks to build a habit or break a habit.
Uh-huh.
And so I think that first week, people were still kind of out moving around. This week, people are staying at home a little bit more. They're seeing these deaths go up. I think today we had our 46th death in Colorado today.
Oh, wow.
I think we're one of the higher rates around, but no, I think this is just the peak because we're pretty much on lockdown till mid-April.
Mm-hmm.
So you're only on the first couple of weeks of this. I don't think people are settling in. There's a lot more bad to happen before it gets better.
Yeah.
Is there any now in my daughter's area? There's curfews, so you can't be out past 8 without one of those letters or notes from your job saying that you're not an emergency service, but a essential service. So how is there curfews in your area, Zach? How is
we
that?
don't have any curfews per se. We just have the stay-at-home order, which I don't really understand. It's oh yeah, you can still go wander around, just stay away from people.
Yeah.
Or you can still, but then they're letting these idiots pack the grocery stores, and it's well, that's the hotbed of all the spread, not the to-go. The Domino's guy isn't. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about Betty and Karen over at the Kroger.
We had a case now of someone that works at our local Kroger affiliate here, one of the grocery store workers, that is a confirmed case of 19. And has there been any confirmation of that in your guys' area?
I don't know if we've got it, or we did get one maybe mid last week at one of the distribution facilities. But it doesn't sound like much has spurred from that. The way that I'm hearing it up here is like really like you're only seeing the effects of the first thing now, and then they did the bar and restaurant shutdown. Okay, like 2 weeks ago. Now we'll see those results next week, and then they did the total like stay at home thing. Well, we won't see those results for 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
I think this is something that's going to go into the summer.
Yeah, I think it's at least a month. I think we're really honestly looking at probably mid to end of May before they, before the virus kind of runs its course, whatever that is. Kind of get it's right now it's just going up, up, up. We've got to get it to the point where it's kind of ramping.
Well, and I think the bigger thing is like, I know Americans don't like to be told what to do, but I would rather stay at home an extra 2 weeks longer. Hell, make it 2 months instead of a month for me. I really don't care, because I think if they release it, okay, go back to normal life, or we're gonna open bars and restaurants again, or we're gonna open nail salons and hair places. Well, that's great, but you don't, when your cancer's going good and it's starting to go down, you don't just stop chemo.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I was raising as well is come December, come January, February, do you think there might be a big rush of people heading to the hospital because they're having babies right now from being self-isolated and all this extra time at home alone together? Well, not alone, but extra time together. A lot of love making going on out there.
Yeah, that relates to a question that I had when I was listening to you talk about delivering stuff earlier. That's already going in the wrong place. I was curious, have you delivered larger quantities of the lubricant industry?
No.
As well as because I would think that's just as important as the paper goods.
Well, yeah, some of that stuff is actually considered medical supplies. So what is in those shipments necessarily when you break down those pallets, I have no idea. There could be some of that mixed in there. I am sure there is. I mean,
lubricants and socks, tube socks.
Okay. What? Maybe there's something that I don't, man. Give me a tip here. Pro tip, Zach. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm thinking those are two industries that I would think, like, because there are some people that got a significant other, but what about the ones that don't? They're even more bored.
And they need the socks, huh? Yeah, there's well, I was wondering about those sorts of things, like what there's probably a lot of practicing for the and people getting tired of Netflix and whatnot. Okay, so you're in quarantine, you're staying home more, you're working from home more. What shows are you watching right now, man? What shows have you watched in the last week? What are you watching on YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, your favorite streaming service? What are you watching right now? We'll start with Zach.
I've never been like a movie guy. I don't have the attention span to like sit down and watch a movie. So I've just been kind of watching a lot of those Marvel movies.
Oh,
that's been good. I think I'm going to watch Ozark tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm into episode 7.
Yeah, I'm going to binge on that tonight. When I'm working, I always have Cheers reruns on.
Oh, Cheers. Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my go-to.
Yeah.
Frasier, Seinfeld.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
all kind of the classics. The wife watches some like silly reality stuff that
Oh,
I don't. I like to get a little drunk and have
anybody
fun with it.
watching that stupid Tiger show on Netflix? Who's watching the Tiger show, man? Come on, come out of.
I've made it 2 episodes in, and it is
That's
the
over
most
there.
hillbilly thing ever.
I was. You're Mark, are you watching Tiger Show right now on Netflix?
Is that the one where they
I guess the gay Tiger guy out of Oklahoma or something.
Tiger
I've
King.
heard
Yeah.
about it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even bother. But so, what are you watching, Mark? What's been on your?
I've been catching up on Better Call Saul,
Okay.
the prequel to for Saul Goodman, the attorney in Breaking Bad, kind of his pre-story. And catching up on that. Ozark, like you said, Zach, is in my list. I'm behind a season, so I need to watch that. So that's.
Also, you still need to watch season 2.
Yeah, I'm like 2 or 3 episodes into season 2 at this point. Yeah, so I need to finish that up, and I might go back and rewatch Breaking Bad again.
Oh, the whole thing, or what? Or just the?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Although Pam hates the show, she doesn't want to watch it, so I have to watch it.
I never got into it either. I'm with you, Pam. Yeah, hold strong, bro.
You guys are so wrong. It's one of the best shows ever. One of the best.
I told you
ever.
some of the literally, I think the first 3 episodes of that whole show, the first very 3 episodes, you can see my old house in that show.
Oh, okay.
My house in Albuquerque. You can see my house.
Yeah.
What are you watching, brother? Are you what shows are you watching right now?
Well, as we've discussed in the past, I'm totally out of the loop as far as current television. I cut the cord in January. Whoops. Ooh. My alarm just went off. It's time for me to bid on an eBay auction.
Oh, nice.
That's what I've been doing.
Get to bidding, man. Spend that money. That money.
I still have 2 minutes to go here. I'm looking at the auction, but I will talk while I'm getting ready to bid. Multitasking.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Thank God for the internet. You know what? We talk about how bad things are right now in the country.
Mm-hmm.
How bad can things be? We're all on our devices. I'm getting ready to bid on an internet auction on something while we're discussing what we're watching on television during this national crisis.
Yeah.
My God, those people in the Depression that had to eat dirt, they have nothing on us.
Yeah.
And Craig, what about you in your area, man? Now Craig's across the pond in the UK. What's this last week been? Are things getting back on the shelves? What's just give it to me now. What's it like in your area, brother?
I've not been out of the house since last weekend, so don't know.
Well, there you go. Bump. That's it. Yeah.
No. But I've heard from other people, and I actually heard of flying from someone in there's 22 people in the local hospital on ventilators. So, and that's in my local area of about 75,000 people. So, yeah, whatever percentage you want to work out with that. So, but
do you have? Is there a curfew in your area at all? Do you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've had lockdown since Monday night in the UK.
Okay, but how late can you be out? What are the hours?
Well, no, there's no. You can go out once a day to exercise, and all that.
How do they enforce that? I'm curious. How do they enforce?
I don't understand that. It's more of you've got to keep like 2 meters apart. You can only go out if you're exercising. How they determine this, I don't know. Out for a walk, or going out on the bike, or you can, if it's for essential shopping, like the stores, the food stores, or prescriptions, and that's it.
Wow.
Every other shop's shut down.
Okay,
in the country.
The big question, Craig, are you ready? Here's the big one.
Go on, then.
How many toilet rolls do you have, my friend? How are you doing up? Whoa! Oh, wait a minute. We got Dave in here. How's it going, my friend?
Whoa!
Hey, the
What's
blast from
your
the
name?
past. Hey, Dave. There it
Wow.
is.
I don't think he can hear us.
No,
I
There
can tell by his blank stare he can't hear us.
he is a friend of the show from like 2015.
Yeah.
And earlier. Yeah, way earlier.
Way earlier. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Good to see you, Dave.
Yeah.
He can't hear us.
Yeah, you can't hear.
Can't hear us.
Yeah.
Might need to come back in again, I think.
Wow, look
StreamYard is
at
like-
all the gray since we've last seen Dave.
Yeah, Dave was
Yeah.
pretty
Dave
not
is
great.
matured.
Yeah. But it's shorter hair, you know, the hair
Yeah.
is long.
Uh-huh.
You know.
You there, Dave? No.
While we're waiting for Dave, I will announce I'm the proud owner of a 1962 schedule from the 49ers and the Rams from Chevron Gasoline.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
You know
You
what?
got it.
Have you seen this ridiculous Rams logo? Have you seen this atrocity? This is
Anyway,
mad. Oh, what
as
do
I
you
was
say,
saying,
Craig? The Rams logo.
I don't know about the Rams, but I've got 3 toilet rolls.
3 toilet rolls. Okay.
3 bog rolls. Bog
Three
rolls.
Bog roll.
Bog rolls. Bog rolls. You know, like,
Okay.
I definitely, you know what? I think bog roll is better than just toilet paper, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Bog
it's just
rolls.
bog rolls, toilet rolls, shit paper, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I think that's better. I think we should go with that. Like, instead of calories, it's energy. I'm down with the
But-
whole UK system.
But don't forget the spring's coming, leaves will be coming soon, and you know there's going to be more. There's going to be more. As long as you double over the
Natural. Yeah.
you-
Go,
you know.
go natural. Yeah.
yeah, as long as it's got no pricks on it, you're fine.
Oh, look at this. We've got a beautiful. Look at this. Who's
Yeah. Hey, princess.
this? How you doing? Hi.
God, it's
How you
sorry.
doing? How's it going? Hi.
gone silent. Yeah.
It's always nice to see the kids, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely, it's cool. It's cool beans.
It is
My
very
daughter's obviously asleep at 12:30, but yeah. Although our clocks go forward in half an hour, which is a bad thing. Like, I like 4 hours between.
Do you do that there? I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, but we're normally about 3 or 4 weeks behind you guys when you sort yours
I
out.
thought that was just one of
You're
those
going to be
stupid
6 hours
USA
ahead of us
things.
now. You're going to be 6 hours ahead of us now.
yeah.
Well, at the moment it's 12:30, so
4. Okay. Yeah. So you'll be 5 hours ahead then. Yeah.
We've
yeah,
covered
back,
this many
back to
times.
normal.
I think
Yeah,
almost
it's
every
crap.
time
It's
we
crap.
cover it. It's
It's every year. Well, it's twice a year, isn't it? It's just like
we've covered it multiple times on this show because I don't know if you remember, Bum, obviously you probably don't, but some of our friends from different parts of the world, they have a half-hour time change. Some of them only change a half hour. It's crazy.
Oh no, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I
we
had no idea.
there's so much to learn when you tune into this show. It's crazy. But honestly, it's all I have now learned from being part of this show. I think Phoenix is one of the few places in the world that don't change time.
yeah, you don't need to. Your climate is
Can
just
you hear us now,
the same
Mike?
all year round.
Are you with
Yeah,
us?
there's Dave. Can you hear us now, Dave?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah, he's having issues.
we got some computer beeps.
Yeah, he's having audio issues.
How you doing, Zach?
It's going. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Following your Untapped feed and stuff, and yeah, Christ, you've been going through it the last week by the looks of it. Like
what else
many
you gonna do,
millions of
right?
people.
So you know what, guys?
Exactly. Just hope you do it all right anyway.
On a lighter note, to kind of spin this to sort of a positive, what do you think positive comes out of this? But I'll give you some examples. My takeaway would be like, I think, I think this goes at least another month or two, and in that time, some companies will just get used to and like the idea of having a particular amount of their employees working from home now. I think we'll have more people working from home. I've even heard some buzz, not necessarily anything definite, but I've heard some buzz about the possibility of schools keeping this up, doing more schooling from home.
Fuck that.
Doing more virtual schooling.
We're pretty good with.
What do you think, Zach?
We're doing pretty good with the schooling right now, but like I kind of got through high school. I hated high school so much, but I wanted to graduate, so I was used to the learning at home and on a computer and that kind of stuff. And I'm that kind of learner that I'm more self-driven.
Yeah.
And I don't need that interaction. I think my daughter has a little bit of that to her. I know my nieces are really hating it and struggling with it. One thing that my wife and I have talked about is with everything going on, and maybe this is just an American thing that we have, but our anxiety is lower because we know she's at home. And we don't have the anxiety of all the terrible things that happen in American schools.
I get that. Mm-hmm. I understand that.
I'm not worried about somebody coming in and shooting up the school now.
See, we obviously in the UK we haven't got that kind of issue because we haven't got this gun thing over here.
Well,
thank God.
The reason I even started hearing this buzz, and hear me out on this. The reason I started hearing some of this buzz is because school budgets here in America are so tight all the time anyway, that this actually works for a lot of school districts to do more. Hey, let me give you a laptop, and why don't little Jimmy just stay home and do, all his exercises from home? A lot more virtual schooling. I think some people might even figure out that, do we really, this might be a long enough time period for a lot of at least maybe American households or even households around the globe to figure out, do we really need both people working? Can we just make this work and one person stay home, whatever that may be, one partner stay home with the kids and the kids just, virtual school. Some of these school districts here, at least in America, are on such a shoestring budget anyway, and on the verge of losing some of their budgets that they're constantly looking for ways to cut back. This might be a major way. What do you think, Mark?
I think this whole thing that we're going through now is I think fundamentally, it's gonna change the nature of work.
Okay. Yeah.
So many people they're forced to work from home, but they're going to be finding that it's not as bad. The employers especially are finding that it's going to not be as bad as what they thought.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks that you got to be in the office in order to get work done.
Right.
I think that
overhead, right?
Is going to change. Yeah. And so it basically, instead of going in and if you're an office kind of work and you have to go in the office and be there for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week or whatever to get your work done, that's going to change to, hey, here's your role. Here's what you are responsible for getting done during the week. however you get it done, as long as you get this done, we'll pay you. If you don't get it done, you're not going to have a job. So I think that's going to change. I can think of people that I've worked for here in the last 10 years that were very reluctant to have anybody work from home because they thought if you weren't in the office, you were just slacking off all day.
Yeah, and they had to micromanage you. They had to be able to watch.
And it's more because they wanted to be there and tell you exactly what to do and when to do it.
Right.
They're being forced to have everybody work from home now. So, and they're going to find that it's not that bad. If people are, they know what they need to get done. If they get direction and say, here's what you need to do. Here's when we require this stuff to be done. If the people get it done, what does it matter whether they're spending 3 hours of the day driving back and forth to work to go to an office, or if they just get the work done? So I think it's going to change. It's going to change work as we know it pretty dramatically.
You have any thoughts on this, Bum?
I don't know. When things like this happen, people think, okay, the world will change. And sometimes there are peripheral changes, but not quite as drastic as people initially think. I don't know. It's one of those things when you go back to like September 11th and you think things will change forever. Certain things do change, but certain things don't.
Yeah, right.
In the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And in certain cases, things get worse. And I think as long as social media exists in our lives, which it always will, things will continue to deteriorate on that front.
Yeah, 9/11 is a good example. We definitely changed after 9/11. I think some of our biggest changes that happened, like getting to Mark's point in the workforce, happened after the economic downturn 2007, 2008. We changed. Boom, fundamentally. We knew the end of that was coming, and it did. We got through it. But think of how we work now. Instead of having 5 people do a particular job, that got cut down to 1. One person now does the job of those 3 or 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
Corporations got used to that immediately. There's a certain amount of this that I don't think we're coming back from. I think it'll be another kind of cutback, if you will, in the workforce. Another difference, like Mark, that was a good point, in the way we work. I think this could be another instrumental change that we might get so used to and forget where it started. A lot like the economic downturn now that we're years away from it. 10 years away from it now in some cases, right? It's interesting. What do you think, Craig?
I don't know. I think it's it's going to change things. But I saw a great video from what's his name? Head of Microsoft. I can't remember now.
Oh, John.
About 4 or 5 years ago, about this next big threat to the world, kind of like Bill Gates. That's right. And I watched that like a week ago, and it was from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
And he pretty much had it pinned down what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Outside of kind of like human control. The next biggest threat is not going to be World War III. It's going to be what we're going through now globally, and it's like hindsight and stuff, and it's like, wow, is Bill Gates for a reason? Almost, it's like he's so far ahead of what the general population of the globe are thinking. It's pretty scary what he said, and it's all sort of coming to fruition. I don't know, man. It's just it will change the world to a certain degree, perhaps in the short term, but maybe in the long term, people, you know what people's memories are like. They forget things. It's like 9/11. It happened at the time. That period of like 2 or 3 years, yeah, and then it over time it kind of like fades and subsides, and I think that's probably, and I think that's what's probably going to happen with this, even though it's going to have a shocking amount of people that are going to die globally from this. It's like you go back 100 years when the Spanish flu epidemic came out, when that killed 3 million people. Up until what's happened in the last, let's say, 3 or 4 months globally, no one knows about that, you know. And you go back, you could fast forward 100 years. No one's going to kind of like think about this either. It's a situation you're in. It's the time you're living. You know, and that's what it is. It's just if it's relevant to the time you're in, it's relevant, and if it's not, it gets phased out by time.
Exactly, Craig.
You know, you think about, well, look at our automobiles. Most of us here drive an automobile. A lot of people die in them bad boys every year. You ain't taking my automobile. I'm still going to get on the road. I'm still going to drive. They've made cars a lot safer, and they're still working to make cars safer, but I'm still going to drive. I'm kind of curious, too. I think this will affect the travel industry a lot. Like, I kind of have a feeling like, you know, a lot of the travel that does happen is business initiated, right? A lot of business travel. I think a lot of us are going to get, as far as corporations, I think a lot of that will be like, you know what? Yeah, why can't we just do this virtually? Do we really need to have a presence? Or is there a way that we can put cameras here and cameras there and do a similar thing without necessarily having to do as much travel? What do you think, Zach? Any thoughts on anything we've commented on about how this changes?
It might change travel, I think, but more for business than I just don't know. Americans are real stubborn, and they like their luxury stuff. I think it's going to
they really are
implode the damn cruise shipping. The cruise ships are going to hurt more than anything.
Fuck that cruise ships. I'd rather go on a fishing boat.
Yeah, I've been on one cruise a few years ago, and to tell you the truth, that was good. That kind of I took that one cruise. I had the time of my life. It was amazing.
I went and I loved it just because it's so easy and simple. But I
wonder what Craig thinks.
I actually think they're terrible, but yeah.
No, finish your.
I don't want to be paid. Sorry.
Finish your thoughts, Zach. Finish it, man.
No, that's kind of about it. But I think the cruise ships are they're going to be about out. I just don't know. Airlines, I don't know. I think if the businesses stop flying as much, because like we said, like, do you need to fly to New York to show your face? That's just stupid.
In some of our
I would love to actually see the airlines just go under.
We all, at least, all of us live in a major market where you can probably think of at least one person that you have met while you've traveled that says, I do this every day. This is like, you drive to work an hour. They, from Phoenix, they'll fly to LA, and they literally do that every day. Like, that's their.
Yeah, I have friends that fly 200, 250 times a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, but as much as Craig hates the cruise ships, I hate the fucking airlines. I don't like being put in a small little box. I don't like some dude grabbing at me and what do you got here?
No, I agree. I'm on your level.
I want to see trains make a comeback because I would like a train.
Oh, I love train. I love trains.
Well, okay.
We've got a good rail system.
Now, this is a difference because European trains way in the F better than American trains. I mean, not even close. European trains,
we're good. We're good. I'm
quicker,
on that level.
nicer, classier. Yeah, on a
level. Well, it's a train. It's just
Joe. It
You sit
depends
there
on
and
which
shut up,
neighborhood you go to for which train you're getting, right?
Yeah. No, well, see, like as you know, I go to Denver and ride the train. That sort of commuting train is fabulous.
train.
Okay, I was a little slow to that one. All right, I
was waiting my time. Do I need to throw one more softball?
There was a lag right there, and I finally I caught up finally. So yeah, there. I caught up finally. Yeah, I was at first I was just getting just a whole bunch of this. There was not much happening up there, but I finally exactly caught up.
Are the trains in LA longer than the trains in like Oklahoma?
I have not ridden any of the LA City trains, I have to admit, but see,
come on, Joe.
I'm way off. I mean,
just me. I'm sorry.
I'm just way off. I am not, I'm slacking today, man. I'm slacking. It's like
I'm just in that zone where I've had a few beers. I'm like, I ain't going anywhere. I'm not going out the door.
Okay, that's another thing. All right. So my takeaway from some of this, at least from looking at social media and seeing some of the ads on there, is, hey, you're in quarantine, get drunk, right? Like there's all sorts of just pounding alcohol delivery. Hey, we have, all these local pubs and all this sort of thing. Hey, we deliver alcohol. Stay drunk.
It's really that bad over here. It's proper. It's brilliant. I love it.
Now, the UK, you live in an area where gambling is legal. My thought is I have to drive by at least three casinos where they, on their big neon signs, they have, hey, we're shut down. What about your gambling?
Yeah.
That's a legitimate.
But Christ, the online market's massive now. Christ.
True.
They're gonna be making an absolute fortune out of this.
Yeah.
People that are depressed, the online gambling, the money they're gonna make out of this.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. True.
Oh, God. People are getting more in debt staying at home than they would have done going out. For sure.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. But there's a lot of older people that love to be at the casino, and they talk like this because they're smoking 5 heaters, one right after another.
I'm telling you now, they're going to spend more money than ever before. They think, well, fuck it. I'm going to die of coronavirus anyway. So it's like, there you go. 25 grand on fucking black. It doesn't matter. They don't care.
What do you think?
And then when they're in debt, they'll just go out for a walk. If I give me coronavirus because I'm in debt now, so you know what I'm saying though. Seriously, that's a very crude way of putting it. But
hey, what do you think about my social distancing philosophy of just stay a fart's distance away? If you cannot figure out how far away to stay, a fart's distance away is pretty self-explanatory, right?
Well,
I think
but
I think they should be saying that in the CDC. They say if you want to know how far away, just stay a fart's distance. Everybody would get it. Everybody would get it.
Yeah, but if you smell it, you've got it. That's the trouble.
Now, Craig, did you see Huffy 72 in his test?
Yeah, did you see that video?
No, I didn't. I missed out on that one.
Well, you can either go back when the show's over, go back to the Malt Liquor Report.
Yeah, I'll have a look. Yeah.
Because Huffy 72 did some definitely scientific distancing as far as farting and farts distance away.
Yeah, it was definitely, man, definitely.
Now I will say
sorry about my crudeness. I'm just like,
Oh, hey,
Hey, I do want to say that the share a beer concept is becoming very popular in this new world we have, where people are working from home. I want to Pam's group, the boss's group at work is having a virtual happy hour next Friday.
Sounds
Yep.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds terrible.
They can help with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would you say that's like a virtual pub?
A
Yeah.
virtual pub, yes. They're
Yeah.
like 10 years behind us because we are the taste centers.
That's the thing. Everyone is doing what we've been doing for like 10 years. Everyone is doing this now.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, and everyone's promoting it as a new thing, like the virtual pub quiz and all this bollocks.
We've been there.
Hey, dude, we've been doing this for 10 years, you dick. You know? It's like,
we didn't need
you know what I mean? Though? It's just like, this is not new. It's not new.
Yeah.
Just like,
No.
calm down. I hate pub quizzes anyway. So
Tell them, bum. All they gotta do is look at the show title. There's been 546 of these bad boys.
Yeah.
Join us at our virtual pub.
Exactly. In the description, right there.
It's been going on. It's been going on all week in the UK. All these people that never done this sort of thing before, are all of a sudden popping up like, "Oh, virtual pub," and it's like, "Oh my god, we've been doing this for so long, every week."
Joe, you should have trademarked that 10 years ago.
I know, right?
Who knew?
Well, real quick on that sort of note, it was funny. Mark probably remembers. I mean, when I first started this thing, and I wanted to do something like this, there was barely any beer reviewers, let alone trying to do something where we could do something live and meet up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was laughed at, man. I was made fun of. It was like, what? What are you talking about? But then the minute we started doing it, and as tough as it was to do, it was not easy to do.
Yeah.
As tough as it was, you went through all the hoops to try to do it because it was so much fun. It was that much fun.
Yeah.
It was, and we used to get on one app and to do the video, and then we ended up on Skype to do the audio, and there was lag.
Can you believe that Skype? But this is what these numpties are doing now. That they're just getting into all it, and they're using Skype, and it's just the worst. It's the worst platform.
And they're using Zoom. I have not used Zoom.
I'm using.
I use Zoom earlier. I actually use Zoom earlier myself with some local people that have never done this sort of thing before. It actually worked out all right. But the thing is, even like the basic thing, it cuts out after 50 minutes.
Oh,
you're not even online. It's like,
really?
Terrible.
Yeah, if you have more than 3 people on, if you have 3 people or more, you only have 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right.
It's not as good.
We had one with probably 30 people today, and we were on there for probably an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
was it a Zoom? Was it Zoom?
Yeah, that was through Zoom. So that was our first happy hour of the day at 11, and that was for my wife did. We do like brewery boot camps, which is like it's a traveling workout thing. So then after they work out, they all have beers together. So we did that one, and then what did I do? I had another one that I was on with some friends, just a couple, and then the one I left to come here was like only 12 people, but they were going for about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the Zoom. It's pretty good.
Mark, do you have any experience with Zoom?
Yeah, I use I use Zoom almost all the time for my client meeting, but mine are me and just one other, so there's only really 2 people. So we get, and I use the free plan because I'm cheap, and but for 2 people you can go as long as you want. But if once you get 3 or more, then it limits you to 40 minutes.
So Zach,
they waived that because I haven't ran into it.
Maybe they have. Maybe they have waived it. Yeah, they might have waived it for this.
Should I look into Zoom, Zach? Is that something?
I think it's good for. I don't know if they do the broadcasting stuff.
You have to. That's you have to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I enjoy it. I use it like Mark a couple of times a week, anyways, for meetings.
Yeah.
I tried. I was on it earlier for the first time with some. We
What's
normally have
the
like
other
a month.
I had to do a meeting for one.
Zoom.com or what is? I've never even been on the website. What is it? Is it Zoom.com?
It's just Zoom.us, I think.
Just
is the
Zoom. Okay, I'm gonna look.
Oh, I don't know about the.
And then
bit.
I had to
Just
do
type in
one
Zoom.
yesterday. I had a meeting through Ring Central, which is the Microsoft meeting thing, and that seemed like it worked all right. But that would be like a one-on-one direct thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think this setup offline, depending on how many people you get, is perfectly.
Yeah.
If it's 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
StreamYard works. I mean, Zoom would have to be beautiful, man. It would have to be.
Yeah, no. For you to do.
Oh, it's very. I actually think the picture quality on StreamYard is better than Zoom, from my experience this evening. I actually used Zoom the first time tonight, and it was all right, but you just keep getting kicked out every 50 minutes. It's like, what the hell?
Facebook has been garbage. The Facebook live stream thing is garbage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got them 20 hours per month if you're a non-sub for StreamYard, which is a bit, in these times, is a bit shit because everyone wants to go live and do this sort of thing. And,
well, StreamYard.
Obviously, Joe D is like premier subscriber. So.
Thanks. Let me switch it up because one of my takeaways. Now, you guys know I keep up a lot with sports. That seeing a lot of the people that I know on sports television, that is, doing stuff from their home, and I've seen now on YouTube, watching YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube. Seeing people do stuff at home makes me less interested in it, doesn't it? Like, I would rather see cats like me and you. I've seen people now doing stuff that I'm used to seeing on TV. They do stuff from home, like not as interested.
I don't care. I'm not interested.
Yeah,
they're not relevant.
Are you like me? Like,
they're not relevant.
I don't find myself as interested at all in what they have to say. I don't know. What anybody feel the same? Bum, how about you, man? Do you feel the same?
What I missed the last 30 seconds of conversation here.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold any thoughts. Let's see if we can get Dave in here.
Dave.
Finally.
What's up? Am I up?
Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Still got guitars hanging in the background. And how's
Dave,
it going?
Do you still have the Challenger, Dave?
No, Challenger's gone.
Oh,
it's gone.
Oh, we can hear him as well. Cool beans.
So you give us the rundown on.
It's nice to meet you.
The last time I seen you was when you just bought the Challenger. It feels like.
Oh wow, has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Give us the rundown on the Challenger. I mean, that was a cool car at the time, and
yeah, I'm not responsible enough to own cars like that. So it's gone, and it has been replaced with a very nice Subaru Outback.
Oh, Dave, saying so. Oh my God, a Subaru.
See? Everybody's getting a Subaru, Joe. Everybody's getting a
What's
Subaru.
so wrong in life here, man?
Well, it's
Next
a
you're
different.
gonna tell me that the Subaru is parked next to a Prius, for Christ's sake.
Oh no, no. No, I still got my truck. Yeah, no, I'm still driving the truck I bought new in 07, so that's what I'm driving. But yeah, no, we went with the more practical route, and it was about time for the wife to need a car. Challenger was paid for. We were gonna have to take without getting into financials anyway.
Right.
Didn't want to borrow money, so ended up trading that off on a Outback for her, which actually has worked out fantastic. She loves it. It's a fantastic vehicle. Yeah, I got no complaints about it. But
yeah,
I did trade that Challenger for an Outback.
Yeah, dude, that's a major turning your balls in right there. Like you had to
yes, it is. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Son.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that's poor guy. So tell us, man, how are you're in Illinois, Indiana?
Illinois.
Okay. Southern Illinois, if I'm not mistaken.
Right about the middle, kind of right with Davenport, Moline, right in that area.
Yeah.
Okay. Davenport, Iowa, Moline.
Are you in Rock Island?
I live in Silvis. Is where I live. So,
right.
It's all a metro area.
So give us a rundown, man. What's it like in your area? Are you able to buy groceries? Is there any sort of curfews? What's it like in your area?
I don't really leave my house much, so I don't know. I never have. No, I was listening to you guys earlier in all seriousness, and it seemed like it was very similar here to what is going on. It was kind of spotty. I just turned on when you guys started talking about it, so I don't know what was actually said, but it's what you guys were translating around seemed very similar to here. People seem to still kind of be doing things. Everybody. I haven't seen a real big law enforcement push or anything like that, but it seems like everybody's kind of doing what they need. The fear's real high, of course. I'm sure it is everywhere. I personally am teleworking. My wife she's an assistant manager at a bank, so she's still going in. They have relaxed her work schedule a little bit, so she's getting a little more time off. But people are starting to get sick and get scared and not show up, so it's got to be open. I look to probably get called back to work to go back into the shop. I'm still working, but I look to have to go back into the shop real soon, probably early next week, if not Monday, which is fine if they need me. I work for the federal government, so if they need me to get in there and make something, I'm all about it. But if they need me to sit here and watch this computer at home, I'll do that too.
Exactly.
Whatever they want me to do, I'll do.
If I could do my deliveries from home and just kind of remote it, okay, go down to the street, make a left. If I could do that, I would. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the nature of my job is I have to get out there. But so you're making it just fine right now, Dave.
Right now, it's a strange place. It's a strange world, but I'm personally not seeing the tragedy and doom and gloom that's being broadcast all over my television. Everybody's scared, but there was a case that showed, I think the island I work on, which is in the middle of the river. I don't know how many people are. Last I'd heard, it was around 7,000 people working on that island, and there is at least a case for sure showed up that they emailed us about. So it's around, and I think it's around everywhere more than likely. But I don't know.
And anybody,
just hope it just goes away.
Anybody that's
personally no, not. Okay. That has tested positive. Of course, we're all affected, but I don't know anybody with a positive test yet. I do know a couple people who have been tested, waiting on results, but I don't know. And of course, it's flu season here in the Midwest, so everybody's sick.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier. There's these natural things that happen with our food anyway, right? Our food is mass produced. I don't give a damn if you eat kale or what you eat. It's mass produced food. It's processed in a particular way. And we have recalls all the time. We have food that kills people all the time.
Yeah.
So with this influx and this rush of food getting to us, we're not only going to have the 19 hitting us, but we're going to have all these other natural things that we're not looking out for as much, not being safeguarded for as much, hitting us even more.
Yeah.
Is the way I see it.
Yeah, and I mean, how do you prepare when you don't know? I mean, you can say, yeah, we should be prepared for this thing. We don't even know what this thing is. You know, I'm sure somebody does, but I don't. You know, I mean, who knows? I've heard all kinds of stories. I've been here at home working, so I've had plenty of time to dive into news articles on break time, of course, you know, and things.
He's on camera now. The trouble on break.
Yeah, you could go down whatever path you want to go to on the internet these days. Everybody knows that. So if you want to feel one way about it, you can go there. If you want to feel another way, you can go that way. You know, you can find information or facts that'll back up on however you think.
Yeah, for those
exactly. That's one of the things. So
when did you first get on the show here, man? Any sort of you were with us for a long.
I don't know when it was, but I know it ended up with a drunken argument with Brandon really late at night one night. And then I just never went away. I mean, I don't know why, but
yeah, that's. I'm telling you, man, I miss you, brother. Hearing you now, man. Great time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a good time for sure. The schedule just doesn't line up. I catch you guys on once in a while. And then, of course, tonight it's like, I don't even know what is StreamYard and this Firefox stuff. It's like, I'm just too old to learn new things. Yeah. I might be the youngest one here. I don't know, but
no, you're not the youngest. No. But we get on, StreamYard now is the new thing. In order to be live on camera, you need to be on StreamYard. Of course, you can watch it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But some people get on with their browser, Firefox browser, and I use Chrome. I seem to have less problems using Chrome.
I use Chrome too.
Yeah, my problems were totally my fault. I mean, my problems were my fault. I was trying to use all kinds of fancy equipment and be nice, so that everything came through well. And I don't know what happened. I just unplugged it all and put my headphones on, and it works. So.
You know what? Honestly, we have people just use their phone with their audio on their phone. StreamYard does an excellent job of processing, and whatever they're doing, they do a great job of making the audio sound better and everything. They really do.
It's fantastic on YouTube for sure.
It does,
and it won't cut you off.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now, Dave, I don't know if you remember or know of Head Coach, but he's a dear friend of the show now. Coach is actually in quarantine. He has pneumonia. He's in the hospital in quarantine. He's asking if you can remember what episode that you were arguing with someone. What was
I don't think the argument was on air. It might have been. I think it was in an after party because at first I just started joining the after parties. I wasn't in the show.
Okay.
So that went on for quite a while. It might have been 2 weeks. I don't know, but it seemed like quite a while. So yeah, I don't know that.
We used to have a good time.
It's been a while.
It's been a few years at least.
I mean, that Challenger was a 2015, and I bought it in like January or February, I think. So
yeah,
and I'd already moved into this house, which I've been here for 5 years. And
yeah,
I started clear back at the other place I used to live.
Was I in Arizona yet? Yeah, I had to.
No, you weren't in Arizona yet at all. No,
in New Mexico.
Well, that would have been 2013 then, right, Joe? Is that when you moved?
I moved in 14. Yeah.
14. Yeah.
So
6 years
a
ago.
long time.
Yeah, and so I live in Phoenix now.
yeah. Oh well, but you had went before I took a break or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Last I talked to you, you were in Phoenix. Yeah.
I was in Phoenix. Okay, so I had already. Yeah, I was going to say because
anyway, Dave, nice to meet you. Anyway, son.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dave. Do you still play? you have instruments behind you. I assume you still play somewhat.
Yeah, no, that turned into
Yeah, I
a
was
really
gonna ask
tragic
you.
story of young, healthy people dying and all kinds of nasty stuff. That
Yeah, I was going to ask you what was up with your band situation.
yeah, it got bad. It got bad. I just don't. I can't pick any of that stuff up. I've got a lot of it around.
What? Them or you? Them or you?
Yeah, it was bad all the way around. You know,
A little bit.
a little bit of everything. I mean, it's for one, it's really hard to find 4 or 5 people with the same.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it doesn't even have to be the same, but even you wouldn't think it would be that tough to find 4 or 5 people, you know, mid-40s that their families are kind of grown to find that want to hang out once or twice a week to do something fun and you know. But I don't know. I can't find anybody.
Difficult.
I'll see you guys later. I got to run.
All right, Zach.
Okay.
Good seeing you, Zach.
Okay, Zach. Talk to you soon.
Keep Zach. Keep safe. See you later. There you go.
Yeah, Zach, we'll see you. Cheers, buddy.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I think I've brought you up from time to time because there was no one that would keep me on point like Dave. Dave would always point out, "Come on, Joe, you're sugarcoating this too much, man. Come on, man." Dave
It's not intentional. Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
No,
You know, I'd keep it intentional. I'd be like, yeah, sort your shit out. You know.
Yeah. But it's a prime example of how we have stuck around, and there has been people that have come in and out of this show over the years, just constantly. And Dave's a prime example of that right now, man. Coming back to the show. It's great, man. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to see you guys again too.
Yeah, you know what, Joe and Mark, you guys know I am geeking out right now. The fact that Dave is here.
Have you gone back to your record deal and figured out what show it was?
I have not yet, but I will do so after the show's over.
Okay, real quick. Now, since last week's show, didn't a rock legend kind of release a new release in a bunch of years? Wasn't it Bob Dylan that had a new release from the 60s possibly this week?
It's very possible. They have been releasing content all over the internet lately. I mean, it's amazing.
Dylan himself put out something that he recorded, I think in the 60s, maybe 70s, that he released, that he just released this week, I think.
I believe it.
I heard about Dylan putting out some 17-minute song that was a new release, but I didn't know if it was newly recorded or not.
Yeah, no, that I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I should correct myself. I don't know if it was newly recorded, but it was a new release from Bob Dylan this week.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I just know that what's his name? Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown has tested positive for coronavirus.
Jackson Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's no youngster either.
No, he's got to be close to 70 at this point.
I think he's over 70 now. Early 70s. So
yeah.
While Joe is gone, let me be like the geek fanboy here, Dave.
What's up?
I'll tell you what. Joe and Mark, they're used to me being here. I've been here like every week for 3 pushing 4 years. But the fact that you and Zach were here tonight, that's when I started geeking out, because I was like, oh my God, those were the peripheral guys that were here when I started watching in 2013.
Yeah, I was sad to see Zach leave already.
Yeah, and
It
it's
was nice
so
to pop on. I mean, he wasn't here when I started trying to mess around. And then when I saw him here, it was nice to see him. I was kind of, what's going on with him without him being able to speak for himself? I mean, is he? I assume his business is still, he's still making beer and Colorado, still in Colorado, and
yeah, still there. Chain Reaction is still opening. He's still hanging in there, as far as I know.
Nice.
He's talked to us about it.
Seems
I
to
wish
be
I
doing
had
well.
one.
Joe and I have been. I've been out there 3 times.
Oh, nice.
I've been to the brewery 3 times. Joe and I went last. Was it last year, Joe? Yeah, I guess it was last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago now, yeah.
2 years. Man, time
flies.
flies.
Yeah.
I'd love to get out there at some point just to meet you guys and.
Well,
live the
hopefully,
life, you know?
hopefully that happens. We've had some meetups that were fantastic times, Dave, and it's been Denver. Seems to be a nice central place to meet up at. I was hoping to do it again this year, but it doesn't look real good right now.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
But we're kind of, me and Mark was more so into it ahead of me, but we're kind of got an audio bug, so we're kind of really into 2-channel audio, and they have a big music fest, audio fest out there in Denver. So we meet up for that, and then it's music during the day, beer in the afternoon and night, and it's just a lot of fun.
Nice.
We got Rod J in the chat too, man.
Cool.
Quite the chat today, man. So much is happening right now. But I do need to get out of here, guys. You're welcome to stick around, have an after show, catch up on old times, but I do need to get out of here. And I know some of you guys on the East Coast are eyelids are feeling a little heavy right now. So thank you to everyone that jumped in. We will be here next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, as always, right here on YouTube and Facebook. Dave, great seeing you, my friend.
Absolutely.
This is great, Dave.
That's part of the problem. Is that when you guys go now at 7 o'clock on Saturdays?
Yeah.
7 p.m. Eastern.
That's UFC night, which we participate in every week. So that's probably why I've been missing you guys lately anyway, but that's okay. I can turn it on, especially now. There ain't no sports. So.
Yeah. Look, that's another thing I could talk about. Like, I'm a season ticket holder. I mean, I'm a season ticket holder for the NFL, and is there going to be an NFL season this year? All these sorts of things are questions that we have. The NFL's the last big holdout, right?
Yeah, if there is not an NFL season this year, we're in trouble. And I'm not saying just because of the NFL, just because of what happens what that would cause that for the NFL to cancel their season. That's a long way. That's a long way out,
We just passed opening day on the 26th, and so we're looking at, if any sort of season, it'll be a really shortened baseball season. We would have to have some kind of training camp and all that sort of thing. Now with the NFL, they're talking about possibly doing a virtual sort of draft. Having to do that kind of old school, like before they, when they used to have players visiting and all those sorts of things. And it's going to be interesting, man. Training camp is something that would be happening pretty soon here in the NFL as well. It's going to be very, very interesting. It is.
Things are changing fast. That's for sure.
On top of that, you've got players that are now coming. I haven't heard of NFL players, but you've got NBA players. I think some baseball players that are coming down with the 19 as well. That's a factor, How many NFL players are going to come down with this? Do you really want 75,000 people all of a sudden like that meeting up in a sport that is typically held in cold weather? I don't know. I don't think
Did we ever want 75,000 people in the same building, though?
No, never again.
Yeah. Some of these questions are going to be asked, right? Like, that's part of that genie that I don't think you can get back in the bottle. Like some of these things we were kind of oblivious to, and now that this happened, someone sneezes next to you, we come out of this, you're gonna be like, "Yo, what the f, man? Come on." You know,
Joe Rogan was discussing it on his podcast just a day or two ago with, I want to say it was either Joey Diaz or whoever he had, another comedian anyway, and they were just might have been Tom Segura, but they they were discussing, what are we going to do? Those guys do stand up for a living every day. They're wondering, when are we going to get back on stage, and what's it going to be like if we get back, to get back on stage again,
Yeah, because like I was saying earlier, honestly, I see these guys doing stuff from home, and I'm like, I do that. I don't want to see you do that. You know what I'm saying? It's less interesting to me.
Yeah, YouTube content's different than live stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. A huge part of anybody that's a talented artist, a big part of that is the audience reaction.
There you go.
What they're doing.
Some of the athletes are talking about, hey, if there's nobody in the stands, some of them have to figure out how much is it the actual sport that they love or the crowd.
Yeah.
That last UFC fight they had when there was nothing else going on, that they did that one to an empty stadium, and it was an odd thing to watch. They're announcing the people's names. There's no crowd cheering. They're having the post-fight interviews. There's no crowd cheering. There's nobody booing.
You can do that getting by in an emergency, short term, but not long term.
No way. There'll be underground fight clubs. I mean, people still fight. Don't get me wrong. with the fighting game, they'll still fight. They just won't do it on TV no more.
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting. You know what? Thanks, guys. I'm out of here.
Absolutely.
We'll see you, man. Peace out.
All right.
All right, Joe. See you on Marco Polo this week.
Yeah, exactly.